Are you ready to make three beautiful pairs of dragonfly earrings, or a cluster of dragonflies, as they're known if there are multiple dragonflies? So these are one of my favorite designs to create with, just kind of simple and then elevated, but you can make each pair of earrings in about 5 minutes. So I'm using the same beads, just kind of different styles, just to give you a little inspiration on how you can create with the same beads and designs. So the first one we're going to start out with is one of my favorite designs, this little statement earring. And if it's too large for you, you can always adjust the size by the size of the beads you're using, or you can turn this into a pendant. And we will just need our soft flex wire. I am using the fluorite color. I know it kind of matches my bead mat. 4 millimeter little glass crystal beads, and then some 5 millimeter faceted matte rondelles, another little crystal bead for some sparkle, adorable little ceramic dragonfly beads, some metal spacers, your findings, jump rings, earring wires, head pins, eye pins, and a 2x2 for this style of earring. For the other ones, you'll just need some beads and little embellishments or rondelles if you want to add in some extra sparkle. And before we start creating, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It'll help my little channel grow. And down below in the description, I will link where I purchased my products, as well as a tutorial playlist for more earring inspiration. Let's start creating. We're in the summer season, but this design will work with any beads. So if you want to do craft fairs coming up in the fall season or for holiday gifts, you can maybe just switch out the dragonfly for something like a little jack-o'-lantern, and you can switch out the dragonfly for maybe a jack-o'-lantern or like a little snowflake. So just kind of a fun design idea that you can use all year long. So I'm going to move my other two samples out of the way. And we're going to start with this one. And this is just basic bead stringing with a little bit of wire working. And if you've seen any of my other tutorials, when I'm doing my bead stringing, I like to keep it on the spool. It just acts as a bead stopper. And what's great about Softflex as well is you can also use it as a needle, so you don't have to pick up the little tiny beads with your fingers. So we're always going to start with the smaller bead, so our little 4 millimeter crystal. And depending on the color of bead you use and Softflex wire, you're able to see the Softflex wire shine through your bead, so it just kind of incorporates it into the design. And if you can't see it through your bead, you're going to see it on the top of our connection point when we add on our ear wire. So we're just alternating the beads and then just letting them slide down. We're just going to keep adding on the rest of the beads until we reach our desired length for our projects. And we just want our little embellishment or our charm to move freely in the design. Once we have all of our beads added on, we're just going to cut a good workable length from the spool. And if you have a lot of soft flex left over, be sure to save it for a future project. Or if you've just created like a necklace or a bracelet, you don't need much of soft flex. Maybe about 4 to 5 inches for one of these little components. So you can definitely use your leftover soft flex if you didn't want to use it from the spool. So we're going to bring in our 2x2, and we want our beads fairly in the center. We're going to slide on our 2x2 just like it was a bead. On the opposite side of soft flex, we're just going to crisscross back through and give it a pull. Once we have our soft flex wire, it doesn't matter if one of the ends is longer than the other. I just like to take my longer end and we're going to loop it back through. For your soft flex 2x2s, it will support 3 of the medium soft flex wires, and that's what we're using in our design. And it's okay if it loosens up just a little. We'll make any adjustments in just a moment. You can tell how it kind of loosened up, but it passed back through, so we have our little connector point. Now we're going to make our adjustments. And if we have our other earring, we just want to make sure that our connection points where we'll be connecting our ear wire is fairly the same size. They don't have to be perfect. You would just like them similar. So we're just going to compare the sizes. And then we're just going to flatten our 2x2. And if you've seen any of my other tutorials for necklace and bracelets, I like to round it for a more professional finish. But due to the placements of the beads and our other design techniques, we can just go ahead and flatten it. Take our wire cutters and just trim off the extra soft legs. And if you have a lot remaining, be sure to save it. So we're just going to trim the extra soft legs. And we have just created the outside little component for our earring. Now we're going to work on the inside embellishments. So we're going to add on our dragonfly and then our little sparkle bead. We're going to be making a loop, and I am using my tool, the one-step looper. This can be found at most local bead shops or online at Amazon, and I will go ahead and link down below my Amazon affiliate link for this product, a must-have for any jewelry designer. So we're just going to slide it into the tool and give it a squeeze. And this is the 1.5 millimeter. There are two larger sizes. So the one step looper will give us the perfect loop of that 1.5 millimeter every time, but sometimes it just gives it a little bit of an opening. So we just like to take our round nose pliers and make sure it's completely closed. You don't want to lose your little embellishment. We're going to bring in two 5 millimeter jump rings and our ear wire. And now we're going to assemble our earring. So we're just going to get a jump ring. And when we open jump rings, just gently twist side to side. We're going to add on our little embellishment and give it a close. You should hear a slight click and you'll know that it's connected. This part's a little tricky. It's probably the hardest part of the earring. So we're going to open up our second jump ring and we're just going to attach it over our flattened 2x2. And then we just want to attach that other little jump ring. And if this is a little tricky, you might need to use larger jump rings, or sometimes oval jump rings work better than the rounds. And then we'll hear that little click. And then we just want to make sure that our little component, or in our case, our dragonfly, is moving freely in our design. Then we're going to add on our ear wire. And similar to the dragonfly, there's just a little opening. We're just going to twist. And since our dragonflies are double-sided, it doesn't matter which way we add our ear wire. And then we're just going to give it a close. And we have our first pair of beautiful dragonfly earrings. Now we're going to work on our second design. So 3 of our rondels added on head pin, and then we have our dragonfly connected to an eye pin, a little spacer, and then our crystal sparkle. And then we're just going to need our tool, the one-step looper, and we're just going to make loops for all of our little components for head pins and eye pins. Now you could connect them all together, but I just like to add a jump ring just to give it more mobility in the design. And also with the jump ring, it gives you more mobility in your design. So we're just going to make all of our little connections and our little embellishments. So now that we have our little dragonfly and all our little components made with our one-step looper, we're just going to make sure that the loops are completely closed. We're just going to open up another jump ring, just gently twist side to side. Attach it to the bottom of our eye pin and add on our little embellishments. We have all our little components made. We're just going to open up our jump ring, attach it to the bottom of the eye pin, and add on our 3 little embellishments for the bottom of our earring. And you can add more if you want to. And give it a close. You'll hear that little click. And then we're just going to attach it to our ear wire. And then we're going to give it a close. And we have just completed our second pair of dragonfly earrings. Now we're on our last one. So now we're on our last design for dragonfly earrings. We're going to take a head pin, add on our dragonfly, a little metal spacer, and our sparkle bead, and then one of these 8mm matte beads. It's kind of like a matte opalite with a metallic finish. We're just going to make our loops again using our tool, the one-step looper. We're going to make sure that our connection points are completely closed. Our little embellishments. Now you could attach the head pin directly to the eye pin, but by adding a jump ring, it just gives more mobility in your piece. So with the design of the dragonfly being double-sided, you can see it from both sides. So we're just going to attach our dragonfly and our 8mm bead and give our jump ring a close. And then we're just going to attach our little ear wire. Since our dragonfly is double-sided, it doesn't matter which one you attach it to, and give it a close. We have just completed 3 beautiful pairs of dragonfly earrings. Comment down below which design was your favorite. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It'll help my little channel grow. And check out down below in the description for more earring inspiration as well as the products used in this video. Have an awesome day.